Okay, so we have read The Three Little Pigs and we have read the true story of the Three Little Pigs, right? So we are going to do an activity. Let me get this up on the board. We are going to compare and contrast the two stories. So here's the Three Little Pigs, both the true story of the Three Little Pigs. So usually what can we draw to do a compare and contrast? What is that called? Venn diagram. Very good. So on the Venn diagram, we have what on one side?
Like the Three Little Pigs and the real story, and then both in the middle.
Very good. So we have the two stories on the same topic. And then in the middle, we have both, things that happen in both. So we're going to compare and contrast, okay? All right, so I'm going to read these little sentences, and it's going to tell you something about one of the stories, or it could be both of the stories, okay? So the first one says, it was the wolf's granny's birthday, and he wanted to make her a cake.
The true story.
That's right, the true story of the Three Little Pigs. All right, the next one says, the wolf was framed and was thrown in jail.
The true story.
True story. All right, the next one says, the wolf wanted to eat the pigs. Well, let's talk about that. Did the wolf want to eat the pigs in the true story? No. What was he wanting to find? Sugar. So which one should this be? The Three Little Pigs. All right, and the next one says, the third little pig insulted the wolf's granny, so the wolf went a little crazy. True story. All right, next one. The wolf's nose started to itch and sneeze. All right, the second little pig made his house out of sticks. Both, that's right. But both second little pigs wanted to build their house out of sticks. All right, the wolf said, little pig, let me in. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
The Three Little Pigs.
The Three Little Pigs, right. All right, the little pig's straw door fell right in after he only knocked on the door.
The true story.
Very good. All right, next one. The first little pig made his house out of straw. Both. All right, the wolf only wanted to get some sugar.
The true story.
Good. All right, the pig's mother decided they needed to grow up and live in their own house. Both?
True story. The Three Little Pigs.
All right, let's have a conversation about that because we're having some controversy about that. What do y'all think? All right, raise your hand if you think it's the Three Little Pigs. Raise your hand if you think it's the true story of the Three Little Pigs. Who thinks it's both? So the pig's mother decided they needed to grow up and live in their own houses. All right, the police showed up and thought the wolf was trying to break in. True story. The third little pig made his house out of brick. Both. The scared little pig ran to his brother's house. The Three Little Pigs. The wolf tried to sneak down the chimney and burned his tail. That's right. The wolf didn't want to eat the pigs, but since they died when their houses fell over, he had to. True story. Very good. All right, now you have your paper that says the Three Little Pigs at the top. So let's look at that. So we're going to figure out what happened to the wolf in each story. Yep, make sure your name is on your paper and the date. the three little pigs. Today is
5-8-24.
Very good.
I thought we couldn't write this.
Yeah, we're gonna write on this. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
All right, the three little pigs. All right, what happens to the wolf in the first? I'm gonna pull 6. Okay, what happens to the wolf in the first story? The three little pigs. The first story. What happens to the wolf, Drill? Do you remember? Anybody else remember? Zarian, do you remember? What happens to the wolf in the first story? He said, "Let me in." But what happened to him in the end of the story, Jaden?
He couldn't get in the brick house.
So what did he do?
He climbed up the chimney.
And then what happened after that?
His tail got burned.
His tail got burned. He climbed down the chimney and his tail got burned. Yep. So the wolf climbed. We just had that little sentence on our compare and contrast, didn't we? The wolf climbed down the chimney. And did what? What happened? His tail got burned. What, bud? Yes. Is that better?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that.
Okay, the wolf climbed down the chimney and his tail got burned. It's okay, you can write small, as long as you can read it.
I can read it.
Okay. Hmm?
I think that was my first
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you write small enough, you could probably fit it on that first line. What, bud? You got it? Can you see it? You want to scoot over just a little bit? You can scoot over some. All right, let's go ahead and discuss the second question. What happens to the wolf in the second story, Jelena? What happened to the wolf in the second story? Chelsea, do you remember what happened to the wolf? Yep, he wanted some sugar for his grandmother's cake, but then he went to the first house, second house, third house. So what happened in the end? What happened to the wolf in the end, Casey?
Once he flipped the 2 houses down, he wanted sugar from the third big house, and he said, he tried blowing it, he tried sneezing it down with his nose, but it didn't work because the bricks were strong.
Yeah, okay. So how did he feel that he couldn't blow the house down? Well, not bad. He got kind of what? Angry, didn't he? And all he wanted was a cup of sugar, and since he couldn't blow that house down or couldn't get in, the pig wouldn't let him in, would he? He got really what? Mad. And what happened to the wolf? Who came and got him?
The police.
The police came and got him, and he went to where?
Jail.
So what happens to the wolf in the second story? How can we put that into a sentence? Emily, get the door. How can we put that into the sentence?
The wolf went to jail after
The wolf got...
Hey, I'm actually coming to your teacher. I love you too. I forgot to get you to sign this.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm recording for the lesson.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
that's
had
fine.
no
You
idea.
are fine.
So
All right, thank you.
sorry. Yes.
No, you're fine. We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so how are we going to put that into a sentence for number 2? What happens to the wolf in the second story? Who wants to help me put it into a sentence? Chloe?
The wolf went to the third pig's house and he asked for a cup of sugar, but the pig said no. And he got mad. Well, he had a sneeze, so
Yeah.
he sneezed. And then the pig talked about his grandma and he got mad.
Okay. So, Avery, how can we shorten that up just a little bit?
The wolf went to go get sugar from the pig, but they said the police showed up and
Why'd the police show up?
because he was trying to get out.
Okay. So he got really angry. So the wolf got angry and the police put him in jail. So let's put the police. Good job for making those sentences. The police put the wolf where?
In jail.
The police put the wolf in jail. Good job for making those sentences. Yes, Emily. There you go. Makai, you got these sentences written down, bud? Okay.
Which one?
Yep. Yep. Please put the wolf in jail. All right, so the third question, how are these events different? What's the difference between the first, what happened in the first story compared to what happened in the second story with the wolf? Casey?
Because one on his burnt his toe and one on his ear.
All right, so what's the difference though? How are we looking at the story? Who was telling the story in the Three Little Pigs? Chloe?
It was the three little pigs.
The Three Little Pigs were telling the story. Who was telling the story in the second one?
The wolf.
The wolf. So they're from different perspectives, right? A different point of view. All right, so the different events, how are they different? One got burned and one went to jail. You can fit it on one line if you can. Miss Walright's a little bit big, so I had to go down to the next line. So one got burned and one went to jail.
I wrote it on. I'm writing it without seeing.
Huh?
I'm writing it without looking.
All right. Also, what we were just talking about, the first story, the pigs, where are they at? You can go get them. All right. So the pigs told the first story. And who told the second story?
The wolf. Miss Anna,
All right.
oh, that's what I. What?
sorry.
The next
There we
time
go.
we use another color because it was too dark.
Is it too dark?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use a different color for the next paper. All right, you have another piece of paper. It's okay. We'll y'all can draw that in just a few minutes, okay? As soon as we finish the papers, then we can go back and draw the pictures. Okay? So I want you to find your paper that looks like this. That's all about the true story of the three little pigs. Okay, find that paper. And let's go over that one. Yes, ma'am. It's okay. No, these are going to go home for you to look over because we have another test next week, okay? Yeah, these are just practice. Let me see if this orange one will work and be more bright.
What we gonna do after this?
All right, let's look at the Reader's Theater, the true story of the three little pigs. All right, what was the setting for this story?
The pig one was one was at the pig's house.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was at the wolf's.
Okay. All right, so for the true story of the three little pigs, let's look at this first question. Scene 1. What does the wolf say? It is not his fault. Why does the wolf say it is not his fault he eats cute animals? That's how they're made? Okay.
I need glasses.
Yep.
I need glasses.
I'm sorry. That's how they are made. Or were the pigs cute in the story? In the first story?
The third
Yeah.
one, does that caliper make a chrysalis now?
A chrysalis? I don't know. We can look at it in a little bit, okay? It's hanging down.
Miss Wallman and Emma would say the third one, and the true story of the pigs was the third one was kind of creepy because his eyes.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the second one. Yeah.
Well, I like the first little pig how it talks. Okay.
No, my hair, my chin, chin, chin. All right, according to the wolf, what is the real story about?
Can you put it closer?
What was the wolf in the second story? What was he really trying to do? He was getting sugar for what? He was trying to make a cake. That's right. Wolf was trying to make a cake. Wolf was trying to make a cake, but he didn't have any sugar, did he? Wolf was trying to make a cake. Yeah.
In the real story, he wasn't a bad guy. The pigs were.
Yeah, because it was from whose point of view?
Miss Law, can you got glasses?
In the second story, how was the story told?
It's like the wolf was telling it how like the pigs were acting.
Yeah.
He just wanted some sugar, but
Yeah.
he didn't want to eat the pigs.
Yeah, he didn't want to, did he? But he.
When people sneaked
Yeah.
their houses down, he had to eat them.
Yep. You couldn't just leave good food out like that, could he?
He eats like other food instead of the animals, so they can survive.
All right, next question. Why did the wolf go to the first little pig's house? And he needed sugar.
He needs sugar. Sugar. Sugar, baby. What's after
D-E-D.
Miss Walker.
E-E-D-E-D.
Miss
There's that better?
Miss Walker, my mama called me a girl. She said girl. I said, why do you say girl like that?
Yep. It'll be lunchtime soon, so we'll take a break after we finish with this lesson, okay?
I said, why do you say girl like that? She said, because I want to.
All right, let's look at the next question. How does the first little pig straw house fall down?
Because the wolf, he sneezed, he puffed, and slowed it down. He sneezed down.
All right. What did
He fell and he sneezed.
what did he do first?
He wanted to, and he ain't get a apple.
What happened to the house after he knocked on it?
It fell.
It fell down. Did he even huff and puff, or did he sneeze on this one?
He puffed and puffed and slowed it down.
Not the first one. What?
He was about to leave, and then he felt a sneeze, and then he sneezed, hit the house down.
So on the first pig's house, though, he did what? He knocked on it, and it did what?
It fell down. So
Yep. So how does the first little pig straw house fall down? The wolf knocked on it. The wolf. And remember, knocked has a silent K at the beginning. K-N-O-C-K-E-D. Knocked.
Why does it sound like have the next one in the back?
Okay.
There's another one in the back.
Yeah, there's two more on the back. Two more little seams.
Two boys. That's it. Oh my
Yep.
little pig.
It's upside down. Yep, you just got to turn it the right side up. It's okay. It's okay. All right, next question. Why did the wolf say the second little pig was smarter than the first?
Because he made his house out of sticks.
He made his house out of sticks.
But it wasn't smart enough.
Yeah, it wasn't smart enough, was it?
No.
So the second little pig, he made his house
I think it was to start like this. He made. I think it was
out of what?
his house.
So what did the first little pig make his house out of?
Hay.
Straw.
Oh, that was hay.
Straw. Was it hay in this one, in this story?
It was
Straw.
I thought it was sticks. I thought it was supposed to be straw. I thought it was supposed to be hay.
It was straw, I think.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
It's straw. It wasn't hay. It was sneeze.
All right, next question. It's okay if you're not finished. I'm going to leave it up where we can go back and finish the sentences if we need to, okay? All right, when the dust clears after the wolf sneezes, what does the wolf find? What does the wolf find? The pig is dead. So what does he do?
He finds the pig and he ate it. He couldn't let it go.
It's okay. So what happened? What does he find? The pig on the floor, and he does what? He eats it. He finds the pig on the floor, and what?
Eat it.
He eats it.
He eats it. And now we finished at the same time. But this is fun.
Yeah, I like the story. All right, this isn't a question. We have to finish the sentence. It says the third little pig is the smartest of the three because why? He built his house out of bricks.
Okay.
He built his house
His house out of bricks.
out of bricks.
Now you finished recording. I love doing
I do too. Especially when you have really fun stories to talk about.
And I love record.
Yep.
What's going to be our next story?
You'll have to wait and find out. It's a really good one. All right, now then the last question of the scenes. How the reporters.
Real story.
What does jazzed up mean? Yeah, he like, yeah.
He's like kind of changed up the story.
He's like zhuzhing the story up. Like, let me tell you what happened. Like, he made it extra.
Like that was in the old days. We gotta show them the new thing.
Yeah. So how did the wolf say the reporters jazzed up the story? The reporters came and reported on what happened with all the 3 pigs, right? Remember in the real story? What did the reporters say about what happened with the wolf?
It wasn't the real story, it was the first story. Like that one, it was like mean, but he actually got framed.
Yeah, he got framed. So the reporters say that the wolf got framed, and all the wolf was trying to do was what? But did it look like that to the reporters and everybody else? No, from their side, it looked like the wolf was being mean to the pigs because he actually ate them after the houses fell on them, right? Yeah. So that's what the wolf thought, wasn't it? So the reporters say the wolf did it on what purpose?
The what?
The wolf did it on purpose so he could do what? Eat the pigs.
Eat the pig. But that's not what he wanted to do.
But that's not what he really wanted to do. He just wanted some sugar to make the cake for his grandma.
How do you spell purpose?
Right there. Purpose. Yep. In just a few minutes, okay? All right, let's look at this question right here. We're just going to talk about this. We don't have to write this one down. I just want to talk about this one, okay? All right, look at this question at the bottom. Do you believe the wolf's side of the story? Do you believe the story of the wolf or the story of the pigs? The pigs? The wolf? All right, Chloe, why do you believe the wolf story?
Because he doesn't want anything. He just wants he just wants some sugar, but he wants some sugar
Yeah.
for his grandma. So we can make a cake. But in the other story, it's like the wolf's the bad guy.
Yeah.
The other story, but in this news, he always said the pig story.
Yeah. All right, so which one did y'all like better? The first one, the second one? All right, raise your hand if you like the 3 little pigs the best. All right, raise your hand if you like the true story of the 3 little pigs the best. I like that one too. All right, very good.